I don't like the idea of becoming too skinny on detox. I know that, and I know that's a big problem with those that are malabsorbed. But you, as we've said here many times before, and you're going to get thin on a raw diet no matter what, especially initially. But I'm telling you, pretty soon, and you'll start to hear this on YouTube where people are starting to put their muscles back on raw food again. And isn't they always come off and now you're done? That's how raw food means you're going to be skinny. It means the body's cleaning itself first, and then it's going to rebuild. The body's wise. Give the body and the Creator due respect. It knows just what it needs, what it's doing, more than we do. And so it's just allowing the body to do its proper thing. And when you're malabsorbed from the lymph system backing up interstitially in the gut wall, that's a trip. You've got to fix that problem. If not, you'll end up with IBS, you'll end up with Crohn's, you'll end up with something and wonder, well, how did I get here? This is a disease. How did I get that? No. But if you get a little skinny, go through it. And you'll get on the other side, and then build yourself up. If your body isn't building itself up, then go into your green drinks and pump those. And there's a lot of good ways to build up, get some very strong muscles. But first, do yourself the biggest favor you ever did is get your human body in good shape. That'll resonate into the emotional body and into the mental body. Because the more acidic you are in the brain physically, your mind will just chatter. Just sit there and chatter on you. When you're on notice when you're on a water fast or you're on a fruit diet, my mind is quiet. I'm not, chattering. I can observe more. I'm telling you, the diets man eats keeps his mind chattering a lot. Raw foods don't make you skinny. Overcooked foods, what are you thinking about? There's no nutrition in cooked foods. How can they make you have muscle on you? That's because when you go on raw food, you immediately start detoxifying. So your body's going to focus on detoxification first, then it's going to rebuild you. That's what people don't get. They need to get with this. And if you get too skinny, you're malabsorbed. The only reason you're keeping on weight is probably your starches and your proteins, which is a synthetic weight. That's muscle that you'll lose right off because they're inferior in every way. You're packing the wrong way, and that's what people don't get. Eating raw foods don't make you worse, but they do start the detoxifying program, and then it'll turn around like Hildy is. It'll turn around and muscles will start coming on, but you got to fix why you would get skinny on raw foods. Why would you get skinny on raw foods when they have more nutrition, more energy than their counterpart cooked? Their counterpart cooked are dead. So how does dead food keep muscle on you over raw food, which puts muscle on you? Explain that. They impact you. They block absorption. And then we pound our body full of these amino acids, which you'll put on some muscle with amino acids to pay the serious price of acidosis and kidney loss, and then you're going to lose them anyway. Not smart. I'm trying to gain weight, but I just don't gain weight that easy. That's because you're malabsorbed. And if you don't fix malabsorption, there's no gaining weight ever the right way, or muscles the right way. You can put fat on you. Just start eating a lot of starch. But if that's what you want, it creates acidosis, plugging of the bowel, the villi of the bowel, mucus forming is crazy. People just don't get it. And if it's adrenal weakness, which it always is, if it's malabsorption, there's always adrenal weakness. Why? Because the adrenals and the kidneys control the lymph, which is what causes malabsorption. This is why GI tract work is always one. Kidney and GI tract, these are eliminative organs. This is why the focus should always be on these eliminative organs. And the neat thing is we don't know about malabsorption except through iridology. That's the beauty of that. Because undigested foods is pancreatic. That's not malabsorption. Malabsorption would mean, and it's hard to tell that you have malabsorption except through the eyes here. Those that get too skinny when they detoxify, malabsorption. Those that can't put on weight and eat all they want. Hyperthyroid maybe, but malabsorption big time. Right. As you waste away and get older and you feel like you're wasting away, malabsorption. You start losing your ability to absorb your nutrition. But we start to lose the ability to digest our foods properly. We start to lose the ability to absorb those foods. The adrenals are down in everybody, so utilization of nutrients are way down in everybody. You look at all the endos are down in most people. So when you start looking at all the things that make people feel healthy and vital, it's all down in most people. So faulty digestion must be fixed. what would be the second most important phase that your body must go through? Absolutely, absorption. This is the huge misunderstanding that is in this world, allopathically and even in the lay people. And you've got to understand this one. This one is a big deal. Understanding the lymphatic system is key to understanding the health of the human body. If you don't understand the lymphatic system like we're putting it out there, you're just like lost. You don't know why there's symptoms. You don't understand anything about anything in the human body. You're blaming the blood for everything. You have to absorb the nutrients you just digested. What could block absorption? Number one, how about mucoid plaque? Mucoid plaque is like amyloid plaque. They're both about the same thing. These are proteins, and particularly dairy proteins. Remember, gluten, it's a protein, but it's a glue. Now, that builds up on the wall. What about interstitially? Interstitially is around the cells that make up the bowel wall itself. Small and large bowels. How about the stomach wall? These are cells, and that interstitial obviously is how we get blood and how we get nutrition to the cell, but how we also remove its metabolitic waste. So we have to be able to get absorption of nutrients. The most blocking of absorption of nutrients is the lymphatic system, the stagnation of the lymphatic system, and you see it in your eyes so much. A lot of your eye reports, I'm going all over this with you guys, and you can see that rope right around your bowel wall, which is heavy lymph stagnation. You're not going to absorb X amount of nutrition through that. I know this is tough on you, but there's no easy answer for that one with any practitioner. And that's the problem, is you've got to clean this lymph system out and get yourself opened up so you can start absorbing and fixing why you're so thin now. And that's all I can tell you. Because if you put on weight, the only way you're going to put on weight is fat. I can tell you right now, because if you're this thin, you have malabsorption, you're not going to put on muscle. You're going to put on fat. Well, to put on fat, then you're going to eat all the starches, which are all acid foods, basically. So you're going to acidify the body more. They're mucus formers. You're going to get a lot of mucus out of it. As fungal food, so you're going to have a lot more fungal problems, candida problems, for the sake of putting on some fat.